Welcome everyone to another riveting game here at the Master Vox. Wow, I almost forgot my channel's name there for a second. Yeah, just a little bit rusty, but we're back here for you boys. With me, co-casting is the Graham Slam. Graham, would you like to introduce the players in the game here?
Yeah, let's sub in the professional here real quick. So you're on the left, you're on Howard Shaya. In the blue, we have Green playing as 4th Fallschirmjäger. On the right, we have SteppeKnight playing 3rd Guard Mech. Both are Maverick. Probably my favorite map in the game. Very good matchup also between the two sides. So really excited to see how this goes.
I am too. Like the 3rd Guard's mech is actually one of my favorite allied divisions. Even before they buffed them and made everything, I just love the Partisanis and the Valentines you can get. Speaking of Valentines, Jesus, he's bringing out a lot of Valentines in this first tick, and they are slow.
Yeah, but that's what we were saying before the cast. You got to call the Valentine out early, because it's going to take it 8 minutes just to get to the front line. So if you want to do anything in the first 10 minutes, you got to come out. Plus, they also got a massive buff in the price buff for them.
Oh, yeah, they're what, 30 points now? 35.
I think that I always thought they were kind of a little too cheap to begin with. I get they're slow, but they do have 85 frontal armor, which does mean they can bounce things like Shermans or T-34 sometimes. Yeah. And they have the 115 millimeter pin, which is just disgusting in CQC. You know, that's enough to pin pretty much every medium tank in the game consistently sub 1500 meters. So
hell, when you're fighting against the Germans, you can bring the 2-pounder and the Valentine, whatever, with the 2-pounder that it has, and it will penetrate Panzer IVs in like knife fighting situations. Like, you don't need anything heavy to kill Panzer IVs.
No, absolutely not. The Panzer IV really is. It's more optimal. You know, obviously it's not in any of these decks, but more optimal at its max range. Really, max range 73 to 1500. But yeah, we see here very strong mechanized push coming out in the middle. That's what you want to kind of see here from 3rd Guard Mech. You know, listen to the name. It does have Gavardi. He does have Gavardi DP out. He has a little 50 millimeter mortars, which can be really annoying, which will stun all these Flammenwerfers. And I would look for some surrenders here if possible.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see the 50 mils, but the problem with the 50 mils, and like, you need to be really on your shit to play them, just because of how much micro they take. So I'm actually really happy to see like higher level players, though this may be Division 2, these players know what they're doing, to be able to micro those 50 mils.
That was a really good exchange there, though, for Green. He does, all the Flammenwerfers are still alive, which is kind of funny. He did kill the Imcha along with I think one carrier Dushka with the Panzer Shrek. So very quick for him. That's if you can trade out armor for the 20-point Panzer Shrek unit, you're doing pretty good in this game. Now the early 37mm buy is probably not what you want to have to do. But you really want to keep that TU2 away, because the recon thing can get really annoying.
Oh yeah, being able to have the eyes in the sky.
Look at the Partisani down south.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. The Molotovs that these Partisani have are just slapping these Para di Assalto around, and I would imagine the Para di Assalto would beat the Partisani, but no, it's the Molotov causing that pinning. Like when we watch right here, they're gonna just get melted.
But now they're gonna lose, and so really Green kind of taking a slightly bad fight there. What you would want is both paras engaging from 2 separate angles, which would allow you to quickly kill the Partisani. One-on-one, the Partisani probably will win purely based off the Molotov plus MP40 buff, right? So you got the 2 MP40s, you got the 3 PP41s. Like it still has a lot of CQC firepower itself, plus 12 HP.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful unit. It's one of the reasons why I love that division so much. We're seeing in the center portion, these 50 mils, they're firing, don't get me wrong, and they got plenty of rounds, but he's just kind of firing it. Oh, nope, now he saw something. I was about to say, he's just firing at random buildings.
Yeah, the Fallschirmjäger right there, because they're right next to the Partisan, the Sniper Squad right there. So he wants to try and do some damage to them. Really, like with Fallschirmjäger, I've always been the best way to approach them is through mortar play. If you don't have the better infantry, like you want to whittle down that HP as much as possible, because they are expensive. T-34 to Resvedka actually do some damage down there. We'll see if it charges up the hill. There is the Panzer Shrek, so he could quickly die. But actually, a little annoyance there by Green on SteppeKnight, getting the flag in the bottom. It's just for a second. It's not going to last long, but it is going to force a Superior in a half-track, a 50-cal half-track at that. He brought out. That's not cheap, right?
Well, he brought that up right whenever the Partisani died, so he knew he had to plug that gap real quick.
Yeah, he wants to get the Superior in there so they can go into a satchel charge. Now, that T-34 is being annoying. Like, it's going to go on the far side. He didn't drive up there. Smart move. You got to have to assume somebody with some type of AT weapon is there. If he could pick off the Pack 40, that would be massive.
That's going to be beautiful flank play with that. Ooh, let's see what happens with this Pack 40.
Look at the reaction time here. If you're Green, he knows that it was running around there.
Yep, it's
very good reaction time. Yeah, and so now this T-34 is flirting with death.
The T-34 is basically like just,
He should already have been reversed.
Yep.
Yeah. He might get away. Yeah,
he got away.
Pin, though.
Well, yeah, one shot away from death, yeah.
More armor is actually coming up here. We see the 50 mils actually doing some good damage. The leader too far back to really support the Fallschirmjägers here. It is on the Girlish, but the Girlish is... It's not like he's hard hitting enough to really deal like for some of these fights. It's not kind of like the M42 I find to be a little bit better than the Girlish in these situations.
Now, one thing I will say about this like little town setup they have here with the 4 quadrants, these 4 quadrants I feel are made for Shermans. The fire support, the machine guns, the HE, everything. Like you throw some Russians out there, recon by force, they get shot at, you start shooting back. It's a fun time for the MCHAs.
Yes, this is a very good MCHA engagement here, especially combined with the Valentines. A Tiger E has been brought out by Green, but he's unwilling to truly commit it, which is understandable. All it takes, especially in this town, right? This town is the death of things like the Tiger, because all it takes is one APCR shot in the side, and you've lost your 130-point tank. And then, as we see here, double Su-85s coming out. So SteppeKnight's kind of all over that, like anticipating that move. And this is sometimes happens on Hara with mirror incomes, is you end up in this 12-12 stalemate because nobody's gone for anything crazy. And you're really just going to see these 2 players mostly throw down right here in the middle.
Yeah, and one thing I will point out is the 4th Fallschirmjäger issue that I know about is the fact they don't have medium armor, right? But I will say I enjoyed the Tiger E getting brought into this knife fight just because the side armor is a lot more strong than the Panthers. So the side for the Tiger E is the 85 millimeters.
85,
yeah, so that means that the 45 mils I don't think can pierce it without using APCR.
They could use, they gotta use their APCR, but they do get, what, 6 rounds of it?
This one's down to 4, but yeah, I think 4 to 6.
But also 2 Su-85s are coming in, so I mean, right there's 16 APCR. But the Tiger is better than the Panther CQC, but you really don't want to use a tank more than 80 points in this town. Like the Sherman is really like the max you want to bring into this town, just because you're just asking for for a death. Like there's too many angles, there's too many opportunities for them to snipe it. The Girly's just hampered a little bit because of it's it just for some reason to me it just doesn't feel like it performs as well as the M42.
No, I agree. I think the M42 like does wonders, and I don't know if they like buffed it at all over like the past few patches, but I remember when it was absolute shit, and now you can still take it viable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, more 50mm mortars coming out. This tube coming for a little bit of support. This Juke down south is probably going to die to this T-34. They're not going to be able to beat T-34s at range. Yeah, it doesn't even get a hit on that T-34.
Yo, that's crazy when T-34s are ruling the range game. Like, woo, what's going on here?
It's Italian garbage for you.
It is, but it's the only medium armor that Green has in the 4th Fallschirmjäger. Like, I think that the choice of Fallschirmjäger, you get amazing infantry for 4th Fallschirmjäger, whether it be the Italians or the Germans. But that lack of medium armor and anti-tank that you get out of that, playing against like a completely mechanized army like Third Guards, you're kind of fucking yourself, especially when you're dealing with these hedgerow, or not hedgerow,
well,
but
that's
city
why I
fights.
think you have to commit to the southern push. Like, I think you need that southern flag, which Green basically was like, you know what, I'm not going to go for that. I'm just going to kind of be, a little annoying, do some shenanigans by saying, hey, we're gonna throw down here in the middle. It's a rough spot a little bit, just because there's so much firepower Third Guards can bring to the table here, right?
Oh my god, I'm gonna point something out real quick. He has such little anti-tank in this city that SteppeKnight is using the M17 as fire support, 450 cals, Moses Browning's gift to Earth, fucking just laying into these Fallschirmjägers.
Yeah, it's a rough day if you're a German parachutist right now in this town of Belarus. Now, the PaK-40 does kill one T-34. The MG-42 is going to try and push up here. The half-track is kind of keeping that flag. Mm-hmm. And you see Green, this is kind of typically that northern push where he's going for right there. It doesn't normally work unless you do it right away. Like, it's kind of like at least from his angle. From his opponent's angle for SteppeKnight, that's typically a killing blow push. Either you start there early, shift middle, or you go middle early and you shift up there from SteppeKnight's position. For Greens, it's a lot harder to do damage there because of how much further you have to reach to get those flags. Whereas you can get three kind of easily.
Push.
The three, you gotta do something though.
Yeah, the 3 in the south are where you have to go. It's either center or south for blue side right now. Because when you push into this, you get what? 1 flag? Right?
Yeah,
and then
you're gonna Yeah, if you succeed, you're gonna get 1. If you break it, obviously you get you get further down there. But even then, that's still only 2. So you're still, even if best case scenario, you're still at a 14-10, right? Like you're not even double ticking at that point. One thing I'd be really worried about for green is the off map. If the off map comes out here, I would bring it out now in these next couple ticks if I was SteppeKnight, because it would absolutely obliterate this position.
Green didn't bring any off map in his deck.
No, I'm talking about SteppeKnight, Third Guard Mech.
Oh, yeah, he does have it in B phase.
He has the 152.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got 2 cards at 152. So, yeah, he can bring some big boy shells in a very compact defensive position here for green. It's not looking good for him, actually. If you, like, zoom out, kind of look at the long-term picture here, the Flak 88 isn't really, like, you know, the TU2 is more just an annoyance, right? But there we have a 37 mil and a Flak 88 brought out to try and push it back. And even then, like, look how inaccurate it is. Like it's
even... the Valentine Combrades have the 2-pounder shells. Because I'm looking at, yep, he's bringing in some leadership there. Now, I will say the northern push for green is going really good right now. So he will get that flag, and he's reinforcing it with more parachutisty. Ooh.
Yeah, he has to. I'd like to see the ABs 43s move forward now too. Once that 42 mils dealt with, he's gonna have to really push it here because that's gonna kind of force SteppeKnight's hand a bit. I'm once again still surprised SteppeKnight hasn't brought up the off map, because I think the off map right now wins him the entire middle of the map.
He brought out the 82mm mortar. He's not even reinforcing the north. I wonder if he's like cutting his losses, or if he... Oh, now he is. I think now he's just identified.
Well, eventually have to. You don't want them running around all over the place and getting to a spawn point or something like that.
Oh yeah, no touchdowns here.
Oh no, he's just actually gonna... I mean, he has a ton of units here in the middle. He's been playing it a little slow, giving green a little bit of time to reconsolidate, but not that green. I mean, there's a Fallschirmjäger unit dying right there. Gurlich just died. Another Gurlich will die here pretty quickly. This Fallschirmjäger unit's going to go down. His middle position is tenuous at best.
The buildup of armor in this lower quadrant, too, like, whew, that is a lot of armor to include.
Yeah, there's no good answer to that for him. I mean, the Flak 88 on the hill might get some shots depending on the angle on the far side there.
Yeah.
The Tiger has some potential, but I mean, look how many 50mm mortars are still in that. Oh, they're almost all out of ammo. Oh no, those 2 fresh ones actually.
Yeah, the 2 original ones are out of ammo, and yeah, the 2 fresh ones are perfectly capable.
Yeah, we do see a lot of Fallschirmjäger called out middle to try and stabilize this position. Unfortunately, I don't really think they're going to help that much. Are Fallschirmjäger a great infantry unit? Absolutely. Are Fallschirmjäger good at killing carrier Dushkas and Valentines? Just no.
So basically, one thing I've noticed is like just the Fallschirmjäger MG34. It's just a Panzer Grenadier.
Nice Panzer Strike kill.
Ooh. But yeah, they're just Panzer Grenadiers. Like, you're looking for the ZF to really do the Lord's work for the Fallschirmjäger.
Or the FG42 ones.
Oh, yeah. But at the same time, none of that deals with the medium and light armor that's getting thrown into this tunnel.
Oh, no, of course not. No, but the FG42 ones, at least they're better CQC. Mid-range CQC.
I will say, this northern push is going real well for green, but I wonder, is it a misallocation of funds? Because he's getting pushed out real hard in the center now.
I think his assumption is probably that there's no way for him to like, there's no ability, at least in the near future, to stop that. Now, a lot of armor is kind of dying right here for SteppeKnight. He is bringing up a Zis to try and deal with the Tiger.
Oh, the Italian one's getting some kills.
Yeah, the Italian one just got a kill right there. Because it can kill the Valentines. Like, the Shermans will be hard for the Strug M42s, but the Valentines is a little bit of a different story because of the 85, right? That,
yeah.
You know, the little difference actually does matter in some of these close quarter engagements.
It's crazy to think that
I wouldn't say
with, like,
stabilized,
but
it doesn't look like he's going to break immediately.
I like these Panzer Sharks getting moved up when he realizes that his big issue is the armor.
Yeah, well, I mean, all these Fallschirmjägers, they need to be... maybe he doesn't want to follow them back and have the front line morph more, but he's just going to lose these units here for free. I mean, that's a Fallschirmjäger unit dead. Another one who's going to die. Panzer Sharks might even get a position. One might be able to get in a position to get a kill. Yeah, one will.
Yep, Valentine's going to go down. Yep, now he runs it back. Good micro there, good micro. But that Fallschirmjäger going down, it's a rough one, because that's still 30 points.
There's 2 Fallschirmjäger squads dead.
Oh yeah, 60 points, yeah.
Yeah, and he's going to bring out some Pioneers, but obviously Pioneers aren't really that valuable here because it's kind of this is like kind of a long range duel for the most part with his infantry.
Yeah.
And we do see, yeah, the raw, like, he's gonna just try and bully him out of here.
the spalling from the SU-85 APCR into this Tiger. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, this Tiger's in critical danger.
That's
here.
2 penetrations. I think one more, and it goes down from the
If it was
APCRs.
double that here, I think the SU-5 would have won.
Oh, it's still won.
Anyway. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a huge loss for Green.
Like that's 65 points.
He calls out another Tiger, and that's just the problem. You know, by not going south, Green really elected said, "Hey, we're gonna throw down in the middle." And I do think SteppeKnight's played it maybe a little too cautious. As I've said a few times, if he had just bought an off map, this middle fight would be over. There would have been nothing. He would have broken up all this. There's no leader here. I mean, he has whittled all this down, but he's taking losses. It's not like Green hasn't killed stuff, right?
No, Green's done the Lord's work when it comes to defending the position. It's just the fact that the medium armor has prevented, Green from being able to, put up a defense that would actually matter, just because the fact he didn't have enough AT.
Yeah, and up north, as long as Green doesn't lose his armor here, and he, just pushes his infantry forward, and he does it with the TU2, basically, giving him, it's the recon plane above us, right?
Yeah.
It's a, a World at War reference. He's really not in that much danger, especially because I think he can push it back, like Tankos, everything like that. Like, he has all the tools up north to eventually reclaim it. Oh, we actually see a T-3485 coming out 44. I'm surprised he bought that. I don't think he even needs that.
He might just otherwise have... Let's look at his deck real quick. He's got enough MSHAs. He could probably just keep bringing MSHAs out. I wonder what he brought out the T-3485 for.
Yeah, I mean, because he doesn't know what the Sturmpanzer yet. And against the Tiger E, you don't, even with a T-3485, you don't want to engage the Tiger E at max range.
No.
Like, it's kind of pointless. Like, it's kind of like, hey, Usual's like, hey, guess what? We're nerfing the T-3485s, but this one can still shoot at 2,000 meters, but it won't kill anything you want it to shoot at.
Exactly.
For the most part.
Because honestly, the SU-85s with that APCR is what you want, but you have to get within knife fighting range of 1,500 meters, and you really want it to be sub 1K, on all honesty, to kill Tigers and Panthers.
Yeah, and you also get better vet curves with like Panzer IVs and stuff. So typically, like the T-3045, 44, like even if I'm like a medium German armor division that's mostly Panzer IVs, like I'm bringing all mine double vet, right?
Oh,
so,
yeah.
And it's really not hard to turn a 2,000 meter engagement to a 1,750 meter engagement on most of these maps. There's a few situations where it can be, but for the most part, that's not a big deal.
Very, very true.
Yeah, it's kind of slowed down here because both players are, I won't say exhausted themselves, but there's an element of like SteppeKnight seems to have really put on the pause button. The Sturmpanzer and the Tiger combo are going to try and kill the Valentine, which they probably will. That one Falcon squad still alive.
He's backing it up. It's out of line of
away.
sight. Yeah, it's going to get away.
I mean, the Sturmpanzer 4, the good old Brumbar, right? It is out there. It's a heavy-hitting piece of HE weaponry, right? Like, it's good. Is that good enough to get him back in that town? No. That's just not this is not feasible. Especially because, like, all it takes is one well-placed Zis-2, and that Sturmpanzer's dead in, in a few seconds.
Oh, it does have 115. I mean, only 115. That's still really good amount of armor, but...
Side armor is only 35 though, so like it's actually like it's very much a front-facing unit. It's all it takes is one good. That's most of those 2,000 meter HE vehicles. Like even if they have decent front armor, their side armor is pretty lacking. So if you can get a nice little AT vehicle hidden in this town and get a side shot into them, you'll kill them fairly quickly before they even notice they're getting shot.
Fair point. And that's the other problem. Like if you bring that 2K HE vehicle into this town, it's just gonna get side shotted. Like, hell, a PTRD... Wait, could a PTRD even go through the side armor? Wait, let's look here.
It would be like, I think, right up on it.
Penetration 35 millimeters, yeah, so a PTRD could penetrate the side. Jesus.
In theory.
In theory.
Oh, so the off-map has been brought out. I've been waiting for it. So it's going to come out up north here. And it looks like it's going to go and try and take a position up here. He's going to try and drop it back where the 88 is. Excuse me, I had to stop for a second. My cat was doing something crazy. But
crazy kitty.
Yeah. So it looks like it's going to drop it there on the back end side, is what I would assume.
Yeah.
There's no point in dropping on the 2 Fallschirmjäger. That'd be kind of overkill, right? The whole off map for them. So that's going to be that's obviously what he wants to do to try and reclaim his normal position, put it into this, get his double check going, and put this game away. Yep,
and then we got these Fallschirmjäger ZF. Now these are the really expensive boyos. Like they're Oh, they're only 35 points, but they do have a sniper, so they're always going to win in those long-range engagements between the two MG42s and the sniper. Whew! Suppression central.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you see it's actually a perfect drop there. Obviously, some of this is going to walk out of here, so we're not going to have a full impact. But if it kills, I mean, if it kills the 88, the Fallschirmjäger Fury, right?
The Fallschirmjäger is going down. Leaders always die in these things. You know that. You see a circle that's artillery, leaders are dead in there. Just instantly write them off.
Right, like instantly gone. It's like bye. The first shell's coming in right on top of your head.
Down south real quick, we have that T-34-85 fighting a PaK-40.
Yeah, he might die.
Yeah, but the PaK-40 has 5 health points. Yeah, the T-34-85 ain't gonna last that one.
Oh, but he missed. Actually, a couple misses there by the PaK-40. The fire, I think, maybe stunned it from the tree line there.
Yeah, the Cobra did do a rocket run on it.
Yeah, so he's gonna live right there. The T-34 might actually get the. What's he shooting? No, I think he's rechanging his target. Let's see. Yeah, he's shooting the Fallschirmjäger Pioneer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the off-map going in, as you said, Fallschirmjäger Fury is dead, Flak 88's down to 1 HP. All the MGs are heavily suppressed. The MG alone could probably salvage the situation there now.
Oh, Jesus.
The
tank of the Signiki are pushing up, too. Oh, damn.
Yeah, you'd like to see them drop right on top of them.
Oh, yeah, getting out of the transports at the right time be damned. And he's taking these in B phase. So he has 12 Molotovs, so that's actually really scary. Versus taking the opposite on the Cheeky.
Look at this little Air Force, 2 Tu-2s, like he's going deep. Is he gonna try and hit the 88?
Oh shit, he's gonna go. Oh,
he wants to. It's too close. It's too close. Yeah, the Flak 88 off the other side, trying to push it back. I mean, another one called out. Look at the loss right there. Yeah, this is pretty much game breaking for Green. I mean, he might kill some of these Tankos, which is nice. But, this parachute easy doing some
What are these Tankos? Here. Are these Tankos going deep?
They're going.
Woo!
I would just keep going. I would just keep it going. I would drop them right on top of those buildings there just to be annoying. Yeah, we see the carry juice could do some damage too.
Oh, I mean, the Cobra getting that Flak 88 kill. Oh, well, I mean, 2 health points, but, it's basically a kill.
I mean, he might be able to kill the PaK-40, look. Green calling out 2 Panzer 2F to try and stabilize that spot. That's not gonna. I don't think that's enough. Especially with the armor now coming up eventually. I mean, he can hold out in these forests, Green can, for a little longer, and the Girlish might be able to snipe something. But the damage, especially on the heavy support equipment for Green, has been pretty catastrophic at this stage of the game.
Ooh, that Cobra killing the Gerlich. Ooh, that's going to be rough because that allows all that light armor to support the infantry as well.
Yeah, that's kind of like his one big hope, I think, was like the Gerlich might be able to go ahead and get a couple kills.
And at the same time, if you look in the center, SteppeKnight has pushed Green almost completely out of the city. Like,
yeah, SteppeKnight kind of going crazy here, trying to kill that Sturmpanzer IV. He might get it.
Oh, he's
an immediate gun jam though on the 88.
He's gonna get this kill. Like, caster curse be damned. There we go. There we go.
He does get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then at this point, I mean, he could do whatever. He could artillery the Flak 88. He could get an off map to drop on it. Like it just really doesn't matter.
Well, he's got another T-34-85 coming up to kill it. Probably not the best move, but it is a move.
Yeah.
Let's see if it pays off.
Yeah, I don't like messing with 88s. Like, if I don't have a big boy HE round, there's something about them. They just seem to have an extreme prejudice. Oh, a pinning shot.
Oh, that's from the T-34-85 on the Tiger. What?
What's the range
there? The hell's the range?
That's a 1750.
Damn, it must have been side armor showing.
Yeah, he must show side a little bit. It's very, very rare that you get a front penetrating shot there at that range.
Yeah, he's showing side armor again right now too. So all a T-34-85 has to do is pop back out.
Wow, really big pin for him. Armor and SD2. But yeah, that pin is pretty massive. The Tango Desaniki actually still playing games up north. He hasn't quite, SteppeKnight hasn't quite, which is probably why Green's still in this game.
The Zis-2 got the kill on the Tiger.
Yeah.
And that was just normal AP shots in the front armor. Like, what?
Yeah, it can happen. I mean, it's pretty close. I mean, that's almost, what is that, 1,200? No, 1,400 meters? I don't know, something like that.
I'd say 1,250.
Yeah, it's within a range, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously it's dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the one thing though about this game is that kind of like it very much feels like green has lost this game and this game is over. But the 13-11 is kind of like, well, why would I leave the game if it's 13-11, 14-10? Like, there's been almost no double tick whatsoever.
Yep.
And green obviously has ticked SteppeKnight to a certain extent. But we are obviously 5 minutes in the C phase, and I don't see any way in which green can, like, SteppeKnight would be able to Q move all of his units forward and probably could win.
Yeah, all I'm going to say, though, is at least I'm not talking about the logistics of supplies in this game, unlike the last one. Whew!
Yeah,
there is movement.
For me and the viewer.
Yeah. There is movement that is constantly happening in this game, regardless of the fact they're headbutting each other with only 80 points. There's still dynamic action. Like, if you look up north, like, it's a Tanko rush again. I'm trying to retake this position. And
he's gonna keep sending it back in. I mean, he can afford to. He can afford at this point. I mean, also the IMCHA just needs to move over there. There's nothing that can kill this IMCHA, but the Panzerfaust from the Panzer. There's a Panzer coming up. What just died? The tank just died somewhere. I heard it. The Cobra's gonna come in though and probably try and get a strike on these Panzer IIs. Yeah. Oh, it kills the Faustfinger Pioneer too, actually, which is a nice.
Ooh, but this Tanko noticing that Pack 40. Oh, we're gonna get some PPSH love on the anti-tank unit.
I mean, if it even the Guardia DP might get the kill.
That's wild that the DPs are doing that much damage. Whoa.
Yeah, and then down south, in the middle, green has basically like just a token like force holding on there, which is what's brought to the 16-8. At this point, at this point, I would kind of expect the GG.
Yeah, 15-9.
I mean, obviously, it keeps morphing itself a little bit here, but I mean, these Cobras now are just getting free damage in. He could just do that a few more times and get another 82mm mortar, more armor actually coming out for SteppeKnight up north.
I wonder if this counterattack starts actually taking ground, if green's going to be like, well, damn, now time to throw in the towel. Because then you kind of like lose all hope.
I don't know, some dudes never leave. Or he missed the bomb drop there for the fucker one.
But it still pinned the Tankos, and in the end, that's like the most important thing in my opinion.
Yeah, but curious to the other Tanko. I mean, the other Tanko could move in any direction and make contact, because there is a chance this Panzer Shrek could snipe the IMCHA, because he has to move that Tanko. The Tanko's not actually on the road. SteppeKnight's just going to kind of yeet it up here.
And the crazy part is the Tankos will always win against the Pioneer units just because the Molotovs...
Oh, Green hasn't noticed yet.
No! Turn off the fire! There we go. There we go.
Yeah, those Panzer Shreks feel like they almost never miss, right?
I think they're like 90% to hit.
90%. Yeah, I mean, it instantly dies too, which is funny. The Assalto going to come in here, which actually they should decisively kill the Tankos. The Tankos are shocked, but so are the Parody Assalto. Yeah, yeah, they should decisively win this battle.
But the Parody Assaltos have the Raider trait.
Yeah, but that doesn't impact this.
Oh no, that's only for line of sight for the most part, though, right? Like,
he actually backs out.
What? All right, but the Guardian DP coming in. Oh, the heat shell from the Parody Assalto is gonna get a large chunk of health. Oh,
that dude should play the NFL. Or you know, like that squad can like throw, like they're in full combat and then still throw that. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, we see here that the front's breaking in the north now. There really is no way to stabilize that at this stage of the game for green. The southern position. I mean, to be honest with you, SteppeKnight's played this extremely cautious. Which is fine. Like, I mean, there's an element to it of like, hey, I don't need to press it more forward. I can play it slow. I can grind you out and get the win. Because he definitely could play it more aggressive, and he probably would have just, taken this position 10 minutes ago. But I digress. Either way, he's going to take the position. The Faustfinger being dismounted up in the north as well. The double tick is in full effect. I mean, he can bring up some armor if he wants to.
And that off-map's going to seal the deal. Oof.
Yeah, I mean, look, like that off-map, like there's barely anything in it. Honestly, you could have removed the off-map, just moved it to the middle and dropped it too. That's something you don't see a lot of times between like Div 2 players and Div 1 players. It's like Div 2, obviously you've reached like a, hey, like you're good at the game if you're in Div 2. Most of them are in the top 30 of the leaderboard. But something you notice is they don't quite do, repositioning equipment is typically not something you see most Div 2 players engage in that often.
That is one thing I have noticed where like I have seen enough like SDKFZs or like trucks of just any sort be used to move like artillery pieces, or not just artillery pieces, but just any form of like support weapon to another side, rather than just investing in a whole new one. You don't really see that unless you're like looking at the div ones. So I'm kind of agreeing with you there.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it's just something interesting, like the off map there. I mean, maybe it's just funny. There used to be, I think, a term like you had like the BM off map, like you just drop the off map to get somebody to leave the game.
Oh.
That used to be a thing back in the. Oh, I mean, this half track just gonna surrender all of this right here. I mean, he could actually dismount. Yeah, I would probably. I'd throw in the towel there.
Half track's out of ammo,
it dies.
so yeah.
It dies. I don't even know what killed it. The 88 was stunned. I don't think the 88 killed it. That's super funny. Well, anyways, 59. SteppeKnight's still clearly in control. Green has barely. He might have less than 10 units on the map.
Yep, there goes Green calling it.
Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah, the kills. I think that like after like the 12 or 15 minute mark is whenever the kills pretty much swapped over to SteppeKnight's like favor. No, yeah, it was about the 11 minute.
I think it was close for about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes, it felt like, hey, they're trading well, or we have a good game on our hands here. And then right once early into B, it just kind of got blown open. But some of the decisions Green made early on the game are really what sunk him. The 4 Fast Ringers is a great division, and most of the times it's gonna get banned. But there's a couple of tools that it just doesn't quite have on Haro. So if you're going to play it on Haro, especially against a deck like Third Guard's Mechanized, you need to take that southern spot. Like, your infantry has to... But he probably didn't want to because of the Partizani, which I kind of understand. But you don't have the firepower, the organic firepower to throw down in that town.
No, like the medium armor, the Karyudushkas, the half-tracks, every light piece of armor to medium armor... Like, even the 15 kph, the Valentine 9s can do something in those things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just it can be a hard situation at that point. Maybe you autocannon, take your autocannon cars more aggressively early, like get 3 or 4 of them in the middle to try and get you better positioning. You disrupt that early, right? You disrupt that early push, then you can get better spots for maybe a pack 40 or a flak 80 or things like that. All stuff like that. But something I've always thought is that if your opponent can bring out multiple off maps, right? If he can bring a B-face card with 2, especially 152 or above, and you have none on Haro, you could be in a really tough spot in the game.
Yeah. All right, and with that, I'd like to thank everyone for lasting this long into our cast. Please like, comment, subscribe. Do the normal stuff. It helps us in the algorithm. And it shows me you want more. You want more, right? Come on. Give me the likes, the comments, and the subscribes. Come on.
Wow.
I know. All right, and with that, we'll see you guys in the next cast. Have a great one. Bye, all.